Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Craps. John here. It's 9:30 instead of 8:30 today. Sorry for the extra hour, but the delay there. But I had a work meeting today that I couldn't get out of. You know, life still happens, whether you have a live show or not, I guess. So that's what goes on here. For posterity's sake, it is November 23rd, 2021. It's good to call that out, I guess, because I tend to forget that some of us are here live with me and some of us are watching this a year later. So it's good to know when we're talking about these things. We're going to continue today talking about our bankroll. And I want to actually dive in today into what I call the rule of 10. So we talked yesterday a little bit about this, and I want to take today and sort of give more theory about what's called the rule of tens. And what I mean by the rule of tens is breaking your bankroll into 10 segments. And that means, we talked yesterday, your actual 401g account, your playing bankroll, your static bankroll, your whatever you want to call that, your stash, into 10 sessions to the casino. And then at the table, the rule of 10 says let's break that down into 10 shooters if your strategy is a kind of a per shooter sort of strategy. So it gives you kind of 10 bullets to kind of shoot with here. And what I mean by that is this: if I take my bankroll, my actual in the bank bankroll, and say I'm going to break that into 10 pieces, 10 trips to the casino, then what I would say to you is I'm taking 10 shots. I'm going to the casino 10 times. One of those times I'm going to crack it, and we're going to do great and be able to raise the overall bankroll. And that's the idea. You're taking 10 shots at it for one good trip is the idea behind that. The same thing in the rack. If my rack is set up with 10 shooters, I'm taking 10 cracks at it. I'm taking 10 times around the table, once around the table typically, giving each shooter one shot to be the hot shooter. So I'm taking 10 bullets out there with me, and we're going to try 10 times to have that hot shooter come up. And that's the idea of the rule of tens. And people say this all the time. You'll hear Jeremy at Color Up talk about it. You'll hear David at Casino Quest talk about bringing enough money for 10 shooters. And this is what we're talking about. And the reasons why is that you're looking for one of those 10 to be the hot shooter. Now, hey, Hal from Philly. Oh, I said looking here, Hal from Philly. I actually hail from the Philadelphia area. Hal, good to see you. Brother from East Coast there in California Craps Clubs High. Zoff is here. Robert's here. A lot of folks jumping in. This is great. Wasted Aces and, of course, Greg. But yeah, so the theory here, again, is you're going to take 10 shots at it, and hopefully one of them breaks probability, and that's the one that kind of gets you ahead. And you're looking for a really hot roll. This is a volatile strategy. So Greg was talking the other day about volatility, and I mentioned it yesterday too. Volatility is really about your risk aversion or your risk tolerance, whatever you're able to withstand. If I'm playing the rule of tens, then I'm going all in. And I think this is where I differ from a lot of folks, where people will say have a win goal and a loss limit. I do have a win goal. My loss limit is typically going to be about half of what I bring. However, my general theory is if I bought in for a table, whatever I bought in for, I bought in with the intent of putting that amount of money at risk to win my goal. That's always the way I think about things. Now, I will walk if I lose 5 or 6 in a row, just like that, because sometimes you're just in a bad situation and that money's better spent elsewhere or spent later. But generally speaking, I look at my 10 shots as my 10 shots. And if I'm going to burn all 10 to get the job done, and that's the way I look at the rule of 10. So it's an aggressive play, but it is, hopefully designed to get you to where you want to be over the course of 10 shooters. So we're going to see today how that works. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play a 10 shooter strategy. I'm going to go for 10 shooters. We're going to do something weird today, a strategy that I've never played in front of you before, but it's one that's kind of fun. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I'm going to run the same strategy 10 times. I'm not going to pivot. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to read a trend. I'm just going to play the same strategy all 10 times. We're going to see what happens. So that's the way. And I want to show you what it looks like, A, to have some patience and some discipline with regards to sticking to strategy, but B, does the rule of tens actually hold up, right? Can you go through 10 bullets, and when the one bullet comes, when the one lands, can you really make the big money on that one? So let's put the theory to the test of having 10 shots at it and one of those 10's working. So with that said, I'm going to book back to the table here. We'll take a look and I'll lay it out for you again visually, and then we'll go ahead and play it out. So let me go ahead and switch over to the table view. And again, we're gonna have here in my rack, what I've got is 10 shooters. Each one is $75. We're gonna go a $75 strategy this morning. I'll show you what that is here in a second. Let me get my light turned on. This is gonna be a really aggressive light side play. There's gonna be no hedging. There's gonna be no hybrid. We're just gonna go all in and try and make this thing work. And again, we're taking, I'll use my whites to kind of demonstrate this. We're gonna take 10 shots at it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots at this thing. And we may lose all of these. We may go down $75 5 times in a row and then make 500 on that one, and then we're out. And that's kind of the way you're doing it, is you're sort of going through here saying, I'm gonna burn, burn, burn. You may win a little tiny bit on that one, get burned, win decent, get burned, and then win really big. That's the idea. You're trying to capitalize on the one shooter out of 10 that might make you a little bit. This is going to make, I know Greg's watching, this is going to make Greg roll over on his couch, because light side play is really volatile, right? You can get in a lot of trouble playing this way without any kind of protection, but we're going to do it because it's fun and it's Tuesday. So my $75 will be spent this way. We're going to go 64 across. I'm going to go 10 on all the numbers. Just like so. I'm also going to go $5 on the hard 10, $5 on the hard 4. So that'll be 64, 74, and a buck change. So we're all in. Each of these shots here, each of these $75 shots covers me once across with a little bit of hard way action. What we're gonna do is when the 4s and 10s hit, whatever the 4s and 10s hit, we're gonna put all the winnings onto the 8. Whenever the 5s and the 9s hit, we're gonna put all the winnings onto the 6. We're only gonna collect to our rack when the 6 and the 8 hit. So the 6 and 8s are always gonna be collect only. They're gonna get pressed up from the other numbers. So as you can tell, this strategy is gonna be requiring a long roll to make this work. This is the 6 and 8. I've heard this called the hungry 6 and hungry 8. I've heard this called the 6 and 8 tower strategy. Most, when I see this time, they only pick one number to build up on. Let's say it's the 8. I'm going to build up on, I'll lay these out so you can see. I'm going to build up on both numbers today from different points. So we're going to treat this like the 4 and 10 feed the 8 and the 5 and 9 feed the 6. 4 and 10, I picked up the hard ways too, because they do come hard sometimes, more often than not, than the other numbers do. And this pays you 7 units, which gives you a nice bump there in the middle. So this may require me to do some higher order math. We'll see how the numbers go. I'll try and keep my bets, if they do get raised up, to math that I can actually do. And that's it. So I'm still training to be a dealer, so I don't have all that math just yet. So here we go. All right, let's go ahead and play it out. And I want to see what happens if 10 shooters can work. Let's make sure I didn't 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our 10th shooters out here. I'm presetting the bets here. We're going to come out, and I will. I'm not going to really set the dice like yesterday. I'm just going to toss them. But I want to work on my controlled toss. I'm just not going to care about what dice that is. I'm just going to try and be soft as I can and get some numbers established. There's going to be a yo for the come out. Oh, and I will do this too, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and switch screens on you. I'm going to go here. And I will log the rolls as we go today. So I'm going to try. It'll take me a little longer to get through it. But we're going to log every roll so that you can follow along. And at the end, we'll look at some statistics and see sort of how we landed here. Here we go. Let's get a point established. As far as the roll lengths and that kind of thing, there's a second yo on the come out. Good thing we're not on the dump here. We would have got smoked. Let's go again. And while I'm going here, we can talk about other things. Oh my God, 3 in a row. So you want to talk about a roll that breaks probability? There it is right there. It's 3 yos back to back to back on the come out. That is fantastic if you're betting the pass line. And just so you know, I'm not betting the pass line. I'm just pretending that these are all random shooters, not named John, just to get us out. So we come out to a 4, will be our first actual point, and now it's game on. Okay, we got a hard 4 to come out with, and now we're actually going to start playing. Here's our first point, will be a 4. Let me mark that in there. Whoops. I logged that in wrong, 22. There we go. Okay, hard 4. Here we go. So I'm going to be on tomorrow night with Brian from Hawaii Crap Shooters. We're going to get together at about 5 o'clock tomorrow, talk about the fundraiser and his role in it, what we're going to do, and a couple other things to kind of get through. Look at that, a hard 4 in the second roll. That's fantastic. So we made our point. Now here's what's going to happen. The 4 over here, the 10 is going to pay 18. The hard 4 over here is going to pay 35. Okay, 7 times 5, 35. Now I've got all of this. Let's press that 6 up. Let's get that 6 as big as we can with what we have here. There's going to be 30. I can do another 30. We can get the 6 up to $60. Let's take these 5 for a quarter. So right off the bat, that hard 4, my 6 is pressed up to $60 on the first hit there. Now we're off. We're going to come back out here. That was a hard 4 again. Let's log that in. Let's get us a new point. And it looks awful nice, right? But it's not going to matter until we can collect on it. So I've got to throw a 6. Otherwise, that nice press on the hard 4 means precisely 0 to us. So anyway, tomorrow night, I'll be on with Brian at 5, talking about the fundraiser. I've got meetings tonight with some other folks for the fundraiser. We're going to talk to the guys at Casino Quest and get their plan in place too. We got a lot of fun things planned. We're going to do lots of really cool. That's a 5, by the way. A lot of really cool pledge opportunities. So we're thinking of things like, for example, Jeff at Mid-Atlantic Craps and I are going to do. We're going to play a strategy together, and we're going to take pledges from you all and from ourselves. We're going to play like this, and basically the number that we win at the end, we'll donate that amount of money. Maybe it's like a quarter per dollar or something like that. We'll take pledges on that. I think Brian and I are going to do a couple of challenges as well. So a lot of us playing together during the fundraiser is going to be great. So 5, new point. Let's see. That was a new point, so that's not going to pay us anything yet. So we're going to just. Okay, here we go. Dice are out. Let's get a pay event here. There's a 3. Craps 3. The shocker. Okay, here we go. That's a yo. Throwing a lot of 11s today. Actually, quite a bit of field uppers if you look at this. So again, I'm not setting. What I'm doing is I'm taking the dice as they come to me here, and I'm just basically getting them square so I can pick them up and tossing them as they are. Nice soft throw there. There's a 5. Okay, that's the point made. That does pay though, 21. It pays 21. We're at 70 or 60. We're gonna go to 90. Can I go to 90, 60, 70, 60? Do I have enough money to do that? I do. I don't actually. Shoot, I can go to 84 with it though. Let's go to 75. Okay, there we go. Okay, new point coming out. Point's going to be a 10. Got to hit that 6. There's another 5. That's awesome. 21 for the 5. Now, again, we're going to press our 6 up one more time here. So I can go to, I think, another quarter there. Let's take this back to the rack. Actually, I'm going to make this go to 90. I'm going to take that quarter and get 5 reds. We'll go to 90. That'll pay us 105 if it ever hits. We got to hit that 6. The 6 is bumped way on up there. There's the 5. Okay, coming out to a new point. Hard 4. That's our new point. Not going to collect on it. We're not working the come out, obviously. Let's get that 6. Give me a 6. All right, the 9 will work. That's cool. The 9. And again, the 9 and 5 are pressing the 6. So 9 is going to pay another $21. So I'm at what, 90 right now? So we can press that. Can I get to 120? I can get to 120. So that's great. There's going to be 1. I can. Well, not quite. 90. Oh, I can. 90, 75. Let's see, that's going to be 110. I'll pull it out of here to get it to be even. I want the number to be even so I can do the math. Okay, here we go. Let's log that 9 in. There's a 5, another 21. Wow, I'm crushing those inside numbers. And it's a bummer because we're not collecting anything. We got to hit that 6 to collect on it, right? So we're at 120 now. Boy, we can go another 12. I can go $18 more. We'll go to 138. Let's make that look like a quarter. And those go back to here. Here we go. Let's get that 6. It's a 4, which is our point. And that, again, is going to be this deal where we get paid $18 for the 4. We're going to lose our hard 4. I'll replace the hard 4 from that. And I'll take this 12 here, and we can put this onto the 6. Okay, so that's going to make the 6. We have what, 100. Let's get this all correct here. 125. We can go to, let's see. I can get to 150. That's great. There's another quarter between the reds and the whites. It's a quarter. We go to 150 on the 6. So far, building the 6 and the 8 is working out stupendously, right? Except for the fact that we can't collect on it. Okay, coming out for a new point. Here we go. Watch this be a 6. It's a 9. The new point's going to be a 9. There's a 10. 6-4, easy 10. Finally get the press up on the 8 a little bit, right? So the 10, we're going to lose our easy 10 or hard 10. 10's going to pay 18. We'll put the hard 10 back. We'll get our 8 pressed up to $24. I'm going to take these whites out of here actually and just kind of clean those up a little bit. So far, good roll. So our point was, I didn't log the point. The point was 9. Next roll was a 10. Let's collect on something here, shall we? Oh, that was a horrible throw. To 9, though, to make our point. Let's log that in. That will pay 21. Okay, we're at 24. So we will go to 42. On the 8, puck is off. We're going to come back out again. It's still, after all this is a hellaciously good roll here. I've got like $11 on my rack. So we're not crushing it. We're crushing it in terms of like a great roll, but we haven't collected a thing. This strategy should be able to collect you some damn money, but the 2 easiest numbers on the planet, I can't seem to roll them, right? Isn't that crazy? Right? Waylon, I see Waylon's comment there. I'd be in heaven right now. Yeah, I mean, it's just a great roll, but we're doing nothing with it. So it just, again, your strategy sometimes just, you know, is what it is. Here we go. The build the 6 and the 8 strategy. I have not rolled an 8 or a 6 yet. Here we go. Let's get one. Give me that 6. Give me that 6. What do we got? A 4. I'll take the 4. That's fine. So again, we'll lose the hard 4. We'll get paid the 18 over here. And again, we're going to take that 150 and I'll get it up by another 18 bucks. So now we're going to be at 183, which I'm going to have to look up what that pays at some point. You get to watch me fail at math here if I can hit this damn thing. Let's go. There's boxcars. That's scary. There we go. I'm going to log that last roll in there. By the way, that was a 5. That was a 4. Oh, you know what? I screwed that up. That was a 4. I'm going to fix that, actually. 4. So basically, what I did wrong here was I pushed up the 6. I should have pushed up the 8 with the 4 money. So that, oh, it's going to go over here. My bad. Sorry. So we're at 42 on the 8 right now. That should go to, we'll take the 8 to 60. You get a quarter from that. There. Now the 8's right. I'm sorry. I was not paying attention and I got the wrong. I got to replace this too. I put the wrong one with the 4. So here we go again. Come on. 6 or an 8. Either one of them. Hard 4. I'll take the hard 4 all day though. All right. That's 18 bucks here. Over there, that's 35. That's looking pretty good. So the 6 at 150, we can take that to 150. We can go to 180. Let's go to 180 with it. Put some of this back here in the rack. We hit that 6, we're done for the day, right? 1 shooter in and we're done. That'd be awesome. A little bit bouncy. It's a 3, 1, 2, 3 shocker right there. And I didn't log in that last one, so that was 22. Here comes the shocker. 3. Okay, here we go. I don't know if you guys all follow folks on Facebook. I was yesterday, Ted Brockman, who's Toothpick Ted, we get their EO, was in Vegas, and he posted a picture on Facebook of his iPhone watch, and the iPhone watch was warning him. That's an 11, by the way. Your heart rate is at 120, yet you don't seem to be moving. Please call a doctor, right? Because he was at the craps table and he had a bunch of big bets up like this, and his heart rate was up. And his watch was warning him, like, it's time to go see somebody. I think it was pretty funny. That happens. We got a lot of money out here on the table right now, and I have not been able to cash in on any of it yet. There's another shocker. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's log that in. Come on. I can't believe I haven't hit a 6 yet. Come on. aces. Let's get that logged in. Come on, pop up. There's the aces. Come on now. This is actually a pretty good, instructive toss here today. I think we should talk about this in a minute. Let's get that damn 6. Come on. Ugh, it's a 9. I'll take the 9, but 9's going to pay 21. Okay, 5 and 9 feed the 6. The 6 is at 180. So we'll take that to, hopefully we can get to 210, right? Can I get to 210? I can't. I can get to 180. I can do another 18 bucks, I guess, right? My God, that's like a crazy stack right there. Now it's at 180, 190, 192. It's at 200 exactly. Is that right? No. 198. Okay. That's what it should be. Jeez. Talk about strategies and these collectible events. I mean, it's just, I've talked a lot about wasted rolls. And although we're getting some hits in here, oh my God, another hard 4. We're getting a lot of wasted rolls, right? It's interesting. Here's a hard 4. Again, 35 for this one, and 18 for this one. Our 8 is already, remember the 4 and 10 are pressing the 8. The 8 is already at 70. We can get it to 90 or 60. We can get it to 90. There's 75, there's 90. We'll put this back in the coffers here. But yeah, the collectible event count here is really kind of low. It's one of these things where, you know, I've had 9, 10 rolls and everything's a horn number and you're making nothing up in the box. And here we are again, what seems like a really good roll and we're just not making it. And there's the 7 out. Before we could collect on anything, we never collected once on these numbers, which is unfortunate because there's a lot of money out here. And we actually lost money on that. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? We lost money on a guaranteed win strategy, right? We went all the way across, just got to collect on the 6 and the 8. We got thumped, right? What do we have out here? What do we have in our rack still? We actually collected on that one, believe it or not. There's 10 bucks. Let's see, that's 40, 50. We actually lost on that shooter about 12 bucks. Isn't that great? That's an amazing turn of events there, right? That was a great roll. I logged the 7 for us. So we get it in there. Let's log I got to put the hard 4 in first. There was the hard 4 first. Then there was the 7. Okay, and that's out. So we lost money on that shooter, which I'm going to say is okay because it shows what we're trying to do here, which is this. You stick to the strategy, right? The strategy is, on the table is off. I think I was at like 183 on the 6 and I had 90 on the 8. The rest of it was just like 40 bucks. So probably had about 250 bucks out there on the table, which isn't a lot, right? It's not a lot. But you know, that collect on the 6 would have paid us like 240 or something, right? That would have been great. So anyway, that's that. I'm going to do this again because again, the strategy is our goal today was take 10 shooters and take 10 shots at making some money. That's the idea. Take 10 shots at making some money. But our first shot, we put ourselves in a position to win and we didn't win. Right? That's the thing. We put ourselves in a position where we probably could have won something, but we won nothing. And Hal, you're right. You would have pulled down a long time ago, right? Most people would have, right? Greg is saying the same thing. I would have pulled my money down a long time ago, sure. However, this strategy is one of those home run kind of strategies. Like, let's go ahead and build those 2 numbers up. And when they hit, you collect. I don't know that I've ever seen a roll that long. That is, I don't know, 15 or 16 rolls, whatever that was, without 1, 6, or 8 coming up. That's such a rare occurrence. And it shows you just how weird the dice can be, right? You will find rolls that defy all logic. There's that. Here we go. We'll do the same thing again. There's our 75 bucks. We're on shooter number 2 out of 10 now. And that roll defies all logic. I've seen, 7 sevens in a row, defies logic. This is another one where it just completely defies logic. And yeah, for sure. I'm gonna refill my coffee here. Here we go. Yeah, any 6 and 8 would have been great. And again, this strategy is designed to target the 6 and the 8 for exactly that reason. So let's get a new point. That new point is, oh my God, really? It's gonna be a 6, there it is. So we're on the 6 now for a point. Let's see if we can get some collections this time, some actual good collections. Let me log that in, it's the new point. And we may not get to play all 10 shooters here because of time. What's funny is I rolled this out early this morning. And in my rollouts, I had a 0.7 out probably 5 times in a row. And I only got past roll 3 or 4 once. Here we are with the 0.7 out right there. There it is, 0.7 out. So this case, we lose right away, which is not awesome. But this is why you bring 10. So we've lost. Run the shooter now. 75 bucks. We do this exact same thing. 10, 10. Let's see, 2 there, 2 there. 1 more nickel on the 4. And dollar change. New point coming. Let's log this out as a 7. Come on. Okay, so new point is going to be a 4. And I think I missed one earlier. There's the 7 there. This was a 6. I got to fix the rolls here. That was a 6. That was a 7. This is a hard 4. Or an easy 4. There. Let's make sure the roll tracker is correct. Okay, here we go. Now we're looking for points again, right? So we got our new point established. Let's go ahead and get this out. And dice are up. Hard 8. Oh, sorry, the point was for hard 8 if we're going to collect. First time we can pull money to the rack legitimately. Take 14 bucks into the rack, okay? I will move this over, actually, and try and keep this with some kind of sanity here. I'm going to actually pull, you can't do this during the game, obviously, but I'm going to pull the reds out only because I'm running low on my chips. So I want to make sure that I have a good visual as well. So there's the 8, our first legit collection event since we've started this thing. Here we go. There's a 6. Where was that 15 minutes ago? Let's go 15 for 1 on the 6. Okay, and then our rack. If you're keeping score at home, there's another green. So there's, so far, we can put this $75, if I can grab it, back into here. So we've recouped one of the ones that we lost. The PSO that we lost, we've recouped it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our 9th shooter's in business. And we can get back to even here. We can get some more collections. So there's going to be a 6. And again, trying to manage my rack so I can see what I got. Always a big help for me, the way my brain sees it anyway. So there's a 6. Here we go. Hard 4. Awesome. Hard 4. Let me log that in. All right, hard 4 is going to pay 35 over here. It's going to pay 18 over here. Let's pull the dice in here. Okay, get that 8 pressed up as high as we can with this money. So what do we have? I have 25. There's another quarter. Let's go to 60 on the 8. We'll bring those in. I'm going to change in these whites here. for 10 bucks. All right, 8's pressed up pretty good. Let's hit it. We've hit it twice now, so let's do it again. That was a hard 4. We already logged it. Come on, Johnny, let's go. Bam, there's an 8. That's awesome. 70 bucks. Good paycheck right there. We finally made something out of this damn thing, right? So that pays 70. We collect that and leave it up. Now, here's the deal. If I look at my rack really quick, there's 5 reds, there's 2 greens. I'm going to turn these in for a green. My rack is now essentially even. I've got 9 shooters, 9 bullets still in the gun there, and my 10th is out here. So we're basically back to even though we got whacked on that one. So here we go. Let's mark this 8. Let's get it again, huh? There's a 6. Now this time, all we're doing is hitting 6 and 8s. That's interesting. It's gonna pay. We'll do 15 for 1. And we'll collect that and march our way towards profit here. Here we go. Feeling pretty good about this. I gotta mark that 6 up, by the way. What do we have here? Another hard 8. Awesome. That rolled, that was actually a hard 8. Where's the 4? Let's mark it up, hard 8. Which will pay another 70. Okay, now, again, I will do this one more time. There's 5 reds. There's 3 greens. Come on. We are now at even. So again, the way that I manage my rack is that I'm back to having the money that I started with here. I've got $21 in profit. Everything out here, technically speaking, is profit. Because I've got my rack right. My rack is correct. There's aces. So this is the point where I'm going to turn my head and look at the chat. Who's bringing their money back right now? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think I see a quick note that says he's setting. I'm not setting. What I'm doing is this. I'm basically, when the dice come back to me, whatever I bring them back as, I'm just taking them, getting them squared up, and just throwing them as I get them. I'm not putting a set on them. My goal for my personal goal for the day is to get my toss right. I'm really working here on landing zone and getting them to land softly where I want them, more so than the set. I don't care about the set as much today. So there's a 6. I think I missed a log here because my thing is showing the wrong number as being the point. That's a 6. That pays 14. Haven't had a chance to press the 6 up yet. We've hit the outsides and the 4s and the 8s, or the 4s or the 5s and 9s, but not the 6s. Here we go. There's a 9. Okay, that's going to press the 6 finally to 21 on the 9. Let's take that 6 to 30. Rack those whites. Let's log the 9. Okay, here we go. Midnight train to Georgia. Mark the 12. Let's pull it in. Okay, here we go. There's our 7. Okay, so it's a bummer that we didn't get another collection event here, but we ended up showing a profit after a wasted awesome roll and getting PSO'd. We have a slight little teeny tiny cute baby Thanksgiving profit here of like 30 bucks. There's a quarter for those. So yeah, $35, $38 profit. But the resiliency of fighting that thing back, actually was pretty happy with that, frankly. Now, let me go back to the camera here. I'm gonna turn the light off. We'll leave it there just for time, because I think that gives us some things we can talk about here. Let's look at the stats, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and show the Kpi Statistics screen real quick. It's from that roll. The first one was, well, it's messed up. I missed one of the rolls. It shows 24. The interesting thing is the 4 and the horn. Look at the horn number. I rolled so many horn numbers today. But my 6s and 8s were so far below expected value that we didn't actually get anything out of it. My 7s, I only threw 2 7s the whole time, which is actually pretty solid. Good shooting by yours truly today. Not by anything I did other than get a good landing zone. So I don't take any credit for that. But the point that I want to make here at the end, well, the trend, Waylon, that I would, I saw the trend, right? The trend was 5s and 9s, right? I was crushing 5s, 9s, and I was crushing the horn, right? That would have been a day to get into the field and run a field parlay. And I actually had quite a few 4s and 10s. It would have been a good day to have done the 4 and 10 press a little bit, right? Maybe parlay a win or two in there. We would have done okay with those things, right? But I said at the outset, I'm not going to follow a trend. I'm not going to do anything other than stick to that exact strategy, which was go across, build 6 and 8, collect on 6 and 8. That's it. So it was a purely, I'm just sticking to my guns kind of a strategy today. And I wanted to show, I was hoping to lose more, actually, and show you how we go from 10 shooters to 5 shooters and then build our way back up, trying to find the hot shooter. We actually had the hot shooter. The first one was the hot shooter. If I'd hit that 6 one time during that first shooter, your 10 shots that you brought to the table, you would have hit your money on the first shooter and gone home. And that's how that would have been great. You know, and of course, yeah, Greg, of course, this is me, right? Whenever I'm doing this live, the exact thing I'm trying to show doesn't happen. But it's good because it lets you make fun of me and talk about the dangers of overpressing. Because when you overpress, you leave money on the table, right? It would have been great to pull that money back. But this strategy today was literally to collect on 6s and 8s only, and that's the way it worked out. So I think it's good to see that, to see the resiliency of a strategy and how you actually work from, we were at 10 shooters. I was down to 8 at one point. I replenished my bankroll and I kind of worked through it so I knew where I was. I know that I missed a couple of points in the computer. So I know I missed a few of those shots. I'll go back and I can refix that. So I think the actual count of the length of that roll was wrong. But that's the point, right? The point of it is this. I want you to think about the rule of 10s and having 10 shots, sticking to the 10, replenishing your bankroll as you go, knowing where you stand profit-wise at the end. You know, 1-6 in that first run would have been, if I had Ed with me, who I know, what did you hit, Ed? You hit 5 6s or 6 6s when you were there in Vegas. That's insane. So anyway, if you were shooting, we would have done good. Again, I wasn't setting. I was just I was working my toss, working my action, trying to keep the dice to stop on this damn cork. That's what I was working through. So no sets involved. That's why we had clusters like that. And you'll find that your clusters, you had 9 6s, dude. That's insane. You would have collected, you would have made rent if you were shooting there, right? With all what I had on there. But that's it. Rule of 10s. 10 shooters in your rack. Stick to the strategy per shooter, like I did. When it falls back, rebuild your backside of your bankroll. Make sure that you know what you've got in there. And again, you take those cracks at it, and eventually, like we did, we were down 2 shooters. We showed a profit. I'm happy with that. It wasn't a great profit, but it was a decent profit. And again, I would probably keep on playing for sure with what we did there. But it is now 10:15, and I have to. I got to get to my day job. So, thanks all for being here. I'm going to run through really quick before I leave you. I'm going to run through some of the chats, make sure I didn't miss anything. So, Hawaii crap should get something out of this damn thing. Seriously, can I get one shot to hit me? Yeah. All right, cool. So that's it. Have a great, what is it today? Tuesday. Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Last show of the week is tomorrow. Then I won't see you again until Saturday's long marathon. I will see you tomorrow night with Brian's show. So I'll see you live with Brian, Hawaii Crap Shooters tomorrow night. That's it. Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you all later.